Life is a complex journey with its ups and downs, triumphs and tribulations, and often, it can feel like a puzzle with too many pieces that don't quite seem to fit. Throughout history, great thinkers, philosophers, and everyday people have shared words of wisdom to help others navigate this intricate path. However, there is one piece of advice that stands out above all. Know thyself. While it might seem simple, understanding yourself, your desires, fears, strengths, and weaknesses is perhaps the greatest and most empowering insight you can ever receive. Knowing yourself means taking a deep dive into your own mind and heart, questioning why you do the things you do and what truly matters to you. It's about becoming aware of the values you stand for and the goals that genuinely resonate with you. This level of self-awareness allows you to make decisions that align with your true nature, rather than simply following the crowd or living up to others' expectations. Without this awareness, you may end up living a life that feels unfulfilling because it was designed by someone else, not you. In today's fast-paced, information-heavy world, it's easy to get caught up in the race of trying to live up to certain societal standards. We chase after the ideals of success that others have set for us. The high-paying job, the big house, the luxury car, the perfect family. But what if these things don't actually make us happy? What if the pursuit of such ideals is in itself a distraction from discovering what we truly need to feel content and fulfilled? This is where knowing oneself becomes crucial. It is only by truly understanding what you value that you can create a life that feels meaningful to you. Another vital aspect of this advice is embracing your flaws and limitations as part of your journey. Everyone has strengths, but we all have weaknesses too. The trick isn't to ignore these shortcomings or pretend they don't exist, but to recognize and accept them. By doing so, you learn how to grow from them and not let them define your self-worth. When you know yourself well enough, you can tell when your weaknesses are taking over and learn how to manage them better. You can also use your strengths more effectively to overcome the challenges life throws at you. This process of self-discovery isn't a one-time event, but rather a continuous journey. Life itself is always changing. You will experience different circumstances, face new challenges, and meet new people who will influence your thoughts and feelings. As you grow older, your perspectives and desires may shift. Therefore, the greatest advice, knowing yourself, requires a commitment to regular introspection and self-assessment. It's about constantly asking yourself if the path you're on is still the one you want to be on, and if not, having the courage to change direction. Moreover, knowing yourself helps you understand others better. When you take the time to explore your own motives, beliefs, and emotions, you develop a deeper sense of empathy for the experiences of those around you. You recognize that everyone is fighting their own battles, often in ways you cannot see or fully understand. This insight helps you be more compassionate, patient, and tolerant. It also allows you to build healthier, more genuine relationships because you can communicate your needs and boundaries clearly and understand those of others. One might think that knowing oneself sounds selfish or inward-focused, but the truth is self-awareness is essential for creating a positive impact on the world. When you know your strengths and passions, you can pursue endeavors that not only bring you joy, but also contribute to the well-being of others. You become a person who is driven by purpose rather than obligation, someone who acts out of conviction instead of simply reacting to circumstances. This sense of direction enables you to live a life that is not only meaningful to you, but also beneficial to those around you. Knowing oneself also provides the foundation for mental resilience. Life is full of unexpected turns. Illness, loss, failure, and disappointment are inevitable. But when you are grounded in an understanding of who you are, it becomes easier to navigate these challenges. You know what you can endure, what you need to heal, and what it will take to rebuild. You don't crumble at the first sign of difficulty because you have a solid sense of your own capabilities and limitations. Instead, you adapt and grow stronger with each experience. It's important to remember that knowing yourself isn't about labeling or categorizing your personality or finding a fixed identity that never changes. It's about understanding that you are a fluid, evolving being. There will be moments when you surprise yourself, discover new passions, or realize that what once mattered to you no longer does. This realization can be liberating because it frees you from rigid definitions and allows you to embrace change as an essential part of life. In practical terms, self-knowledge can be applied in various aspects of your life, such as career choices, relationships, and lifestyle decisions. For instance, choosing a career path that aligns with your strengths and passions not only leads to professional success, but also to a deeper sense of satisfaction and accomplishment. Similarly, being aware of your emotional needs helps you form relationships that are nurturing rather than draining. You learn to surround yourself with people who support your growth and steer clear of those who hinder it. Living in alignment with your true self can also reduce the stress that comes from trying to be someone you're not. You no longer feel the pressure to wear a mask or play a role to fit in. You give yourself permission to be authentic, and that authenticity attracts the right opportunities and people into your life. It's a form of freedom that few ever experience because many people are too busy chasing external validation or societal approval. The advice to know thyself is a timeless reminder that the key to a fulfilling life does not lie in external achievements, material possessions, or the approval of others, but within your own heart and mind. The more you understand yourself, the more control you have over your life and the choices you make. You become the author of your own story, rather than just a character following someone else's script. You learn to trust your intuition because you know it is based on a deep understanding of who you are and what you truly desire. Ultimately, knowing yourself is not about reaching some final destination of self-understanding, but about continuously evolving as you gain new experiences and insights. It is about the courage to look within and the honesty to confront what you find there, even when it is uncomfortable. It is about finding the strength to be vulnerable and the wisdom to embrace the unknown. It is about recognizing that self-discovery is not a linear process, but a dynamic one that involves cycles of questioning, reflecting, and adapting. There will be times when you think you have it all figured out, only to face new circumstances that challenge your understanding of yourself. This isn't a setback, but an opportunity for growth, an invitation to deepen your self-awareness and recalibrate your course. The beauty of knowing yourself is that it empowers you to live life on your own terms. When you understand your core values, you are better equipped to set meaningful goals and pursue them with intention. You are less likely to be swayed by fleeting trends or societal pressures because your actions are rooted in a strong sense of purpose. Instead of merely reacting to life, you become proactive, taking deliberate steps toward what truly matters to you. This proactive mindset can make a world of difference in how fulfilled you feel, as it shifts your focus from external circumstances to internal growth. One of the most profound realizations you may come to during the process of self-discovery is the power of letting go. Many of us hold on to ideas, beliefs, and relationships that no longer serve us simply because we fear change or feel a sense of obligation. However, when you truly know yourself, you gain the courage to release these things with grace. You understand that letting go isn't about giving up, but rather making space for new opportunities and experiences that align with your current self. It's about shedding old layers and embracing the freedom that comes from not being weighed down by outdated expectations or fears. This level of self-awareness also helps you find balance. Life often involves juggling various roles, responsibilities, and relationships, and it's easy to become overwhelmed if you don't have a clear understanding of what truly matters to you. When you know yourself, you can prioritize more effectively. You recognize which activities drain your energy and which ones replenish it, allowing you to make choices that maintain your well-being. You stop saying yes to everything out of guilt or obligation and start setting boundaries that protect your time and mental health. At the heart of self-knowledge is self-compassion. As you uncover more about yourself, you will inevitably come across aspects you don't particularly like, perhaps certain habits, insecurities, or fears. It's important not to judge yourself harshly during these moments of realization. Self-compassion means accepting that you are human, with flaws and imperfections, and that these do not diminish your worth. In fact, Embracing your imperfections can be a source of strength because it allows you to grow from a place of honesty rather than denial. Knowing yourself isn't just a mental or emotional practice. It also has physical implications. When you are attuned to your needs, you can take better care of your body by recognizing the signs of stress, fatigue, or illness before they become serious issues. You become more in tune with how different foods, activities, and environments affect your mood and energy levels, enabling you to make lifestyle choices that support your overall health. This holistic understanding of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, creates a foundation for lasting well-being. As you delve deeper into self-awareness, you may find that the pursuit of happiness shifts from seeking pleasure to finding meaning. Pleasure is often temporary, linked to external circumstances that can change at any moment, whereas meaning provides a sense of fulfillment that endures even through difficult times. When you know yourself, you are more likely to engage in activities and relationships that offer a sense of purpose, rather than merely chasing after transient highs. This shift not only enriches your life, but also contributes to a sense of inner peace and contentment. The process of knowing oneself may lead you to redefine success. Society often measures success in terms of wealth, status, or accomplishments. But when you are clear about your own values, your definition of success becomes much more personal. It could mean cultivating strong relationships, contributing to a cause you are passionate about, or simply living in a way that brings you joy. This personalized approach to success allows you to celebrate your achievements in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling, without comparing yourself to others or feeling inadequate. Furthermore, the deeper you go into understanding yourself, the more you realize that life's most important questions don't always have clear or concrete answers. There is beauty in the ambiguity and mystery of existence, and accepting this uncertainty can be a source of freedom rather than fear. When you are comfortable with not having all the answers, you can approach life with a sense of curiosity and openness, allowing yourself to explore new possibilities without being confined by rigid expectations. In relationships, knowing yourself helps you connect with others on a more genuine level. It enables you to share your true self without the fear of being judged or misunderstood. You can communicate your needs, desires, and boundaries clearly, which is essential for forming deep and meaningful connections. Conversely, this self-awareness allows you to recognize when a relationship is not healthy or supportive and gives you the strength to walk away if necessary. By understanding who you are, you also become more adept at choosing companions who complement and enhance your journey, rather than detracting from it. In many ways, knowing yourself is the key to unlocking a life of authenticity and freedom. It means living in alignment with your true essence and honoring your unique path. It doesn't guarantee an absence of challenges or difficulties, but it does provide the resilience and clarity needed to navigate them. It is the difference between feeling like a passenger in your own life and being in the driver's seat, actively shaping your destiny. Ultimately, the greatest advice, to know yourself, is about embracing the lifelong journey of self-discovery with all its twists and turns. It's about finding the courage to explore the depths of your being and the wisdom to accept what you find there. It's about living with intention, purpose, and integrity, and allowing your true self to shine through in everything you do. When you truly know yourself, you become your own guide, and no matter where life takes you, you will always find your way home. This journey of self-discovery never truly ends. Even as you grow older and wiser, new experiences will continue to shape your understanding of yourself. Life will always present new challenges that test your beliefs and force you to reevaluate your values. It is during these moments of questioning that the real work of self-awareness happens. Each time you face uncertainty or doubt, you are given a chance to learn more about who you are and who you are becoming. Accepting this ongoing process can be liberating. It means you don't have to have everything figured out right now, nor do you need to conform to anyone else's timeline for growth. You can embrace the changes that come your way, knowing that they are part of a broader tapestry that makes up your unique life story. The willingness to adapt, evolve, and sometimes even start over is a testament to true self-knowledge. It's the ability to recognize when it's time to let go of an old identity and embrace a new chapter without fear. Moreover, when you understand that self-discovery is a continuous process, you stop seeking finality in your pursuits. Instead of aiming for a definitive end where everything is perfect, you begin to appreciate the beauty of progress itself. Every step forward, no matter how small, becomes significant because it reflects your dedication to living authentically. The focus shifts from reaching a particular destination to enjoying the journey, learning from each experience, and growing along the way. This perspective also helps cultivate a sense of gratitude. When you know yourself, you are more attuned to the small victories and everyday joys that might otherwise go unnoticed. You start appreciating the moments when you feel most alive, whether it's through a deep conversation with a friend, a quiet walk in nature, or achieving a personal goal. Gratitude becomes less about counting blessings and more about recognizing the value in simply being present and engaged in your life. It's about understanding that every experience, even the difficult ones, contributes to the richness of your existence. As you continue on this path, you will likely encounter moments where self-doubt creeps in. You may question your choices, wonder if you're on the right path, or feel overwhelmed by the uncertainties of the future. These moments of doubt are natural and, in fact, necessary. They push you to reflect, reassess, and refine your sense of self. Each time you emerge from a period of uncertainty, you do so with a deeper understanding of who you are and what you stand for. This cycle of questioning and reaffirmation is a crucial aspect of growth, reminding you that being true to yourself is not about always having clarity, but about continually seeking it. In the pursuit of knowing yourself, you also learn the art of self-forgiveness. You will make mistakes along the way. Everyone does. There will be times when you act in ways that don't align with your values, or when you fail to meet your own expectations. But knowing yourself means acknowledging your imperfections and allowing room for grace. It means accepting that mistakes are not a reflection of your worth, but opportunities for learning. This mindset frees you from the burden of perfectionism and allows you to move forward with compassion for yourself. Additionally, the deeper your self-awareness, the more you become aware of the illusions that often govern people's lives. You begin to see through the societal myths about what constitutes a successful or happy life. You realize that many of the things people chase after, status, material wealth, external validation, are fleeting and do not bring lasting fulfillment. This realization can be both liberating and challenging. On one hand, it frees you from the pressure to conform. On the other, it requires you to carve out your own path in a world that often tries to tell you who you should be. Navigating this paradox demands courage. It requires you to be honest about what you truly want and to pursue it even if it goes against the grain. The more you understand yourself, the more willing you become to embrace this path of authenticity, despite the discomfort it may bring. You start valuing inner peace over external approval and meaning over materialism. You no longer feel the need to live up to someone else's definition of success because you have discovered what success means for you personally. With this newfound clarity, life becomes a series of choices driven by your values rather than obligations or expectations. You stop living in reaction to life circumstances and start creating a life that reflects who you really are. Even when things don't go as planned, you have a sense of purpose that grounds you. You realize that the essence of a fulfilling life isn't about having everything go your way, but about aligning your actions with your deepest values and being at peace with the outcomes, whatever they may be. The journey to know yourself also reveals the interconnectedness of all life. As you deepen your self-awareness, you become more conscious of the world around you and your place within it. You start seeing your own struggles, joys, and experiences reflected in others, leading to a greater sense of empathy and compassion. Understanding your own fears and aspirations helps you connect with others on a more profound level because you recognize that, at our core, we all seek meaning, love, and fulfillment. This shared humanity becomes a bridge, allowing you to reach out to others not from a place of superiority or judgment, but from a place of shared experience. Ultimately, knowing yourself allows you to live with a sense of inner freedom. It's the freedom to be who you are without apology, to pursue what matters to you without hesitation, and to let go of what doesn't serve you without regret. It's the ability to find joy in the present moment while still striving for growth and improvement. It's the courage to face life's challenges head-on, knowing that no matter what happens, you are grounded in a true understanding of yourself. The greatest advice, to know yourself, is not just about achieving self-awareness for its own sake. It's about using that knowledge to live a life of meaning, authenticity, and purpose. It's about continually striving to understand yourself more deeply and letting that understanding guide you in creating a life that resonates with who you truly are. It's the recognition that life is not about finding a single answer, but about embracing the ongoing journey of becoming, evolving, and expanding. When you know yourself, you are not just existing, you are truly living. Living authentically and embracing the continuous journey of self-discovery brings a profound sense of liberation. You begin to see life not as a series of tasks to be completed or goals to be checked off, but as an unfolding adventure full of possibilities. This shift in perspective changes how you approach each day. It invites you to be present, to experience life with a deeper sense of wonder, and to appreciate the small moments that make up the fabric of your existence. Even the mundane can take on new meaning when viewed through the lens of self-awareness. When you live with this mindset, your priorities naturally start to change. You begin to focus more on experiences that nurture your soul, activities that challenge you to grow, and relationships that bring out the best in you. You recognize that time is your most valuable resource, and you choose to spend it in ways that align with your core values. This might mean simplifying your life, letting go of unnecessary obligations, or making bold decisions that others may not understand. But these choices don't feel like sacrifices because they come from a place of alignment with your true self. The path of self-knowledge also teaches you about resilience. Life is unpredictable, and setbacks are inevitable, but when you know yourself, you're better equipped to navigate these ups and downs. You develop a kind of emotional agility that allows you to adapt to changing circumstances without losing your sense of direction. You understand that failure doesn't define you and that it's often a stepping stone toward growth and learning. Rather than being crushed by disappointment, you see it as an opportunity to reassess, recalibrate, and move forward with renewed clarity. This resilience is not about suppressing negative emotions or pretending that everything is okay when it's not. Instead, it's about facing challenges head-on and acknowledging your feelings without letting them overwhelm you. It's about accepting that life includes both joy and pain, and that both are integral to the human experience. When you know yourself, you have the tools to manage these emotions in healthy ways. You can find meaning in your struggles and use them as fuel for your personal growth. You begin to see adversity not as a hindrance, but as a catalyst for becoming stronger and more self-aware. As your self-awareness deepens, you also start to let go of the need for external validation. You realize that your worth isn't determined by other people's opinions or the standards imposed by society. Instead, it comes from within, from living in a way that is true to who you are. This understanding frees you from the constant need to prove yourself to others. You no longer chase approval because you're secure in your own skin. You're comfortable being different, standing out, or even being misunderstood because you know that the most important thing is to be authentic. This internal validation shifts the focus from trying to impress others to trying to improve yourself. Your motivation becomes more intrinsic. You pursue goals because they matter to you, not because you want recognition or praise. This approach makes your accomplishments feel more meaningful because they reflect your true aspirations. You experience a deeper sense of fulfillment when you achieve something, knowing that it came from a place of genuine desire and not from trying to meet someone else's expectations. Moreover, knowing yourself encourages you to practice mindfulness in everyday life. You become more aware of your thoughts and behaviors, noticing patterns that either serve you well or hold you back. This heightened awareness allows you to break free from habits that don't contribute to your growth and replace them with ones that do. You start paying attention to how your daily choices impact your overall well-being, and you take deliberate steps to live more consciously. Whether it's making time for reflection, choosing nourishing foods, or surrounding yourself with positive influences, these mindful actions help you create a life that is more intentional and aligned with who you are. In relationships, this level of self-knowledge fosters deeper connections. When you understand yourself, you can communicate more effectively with others. You know your needs and can express them clearly, which leads to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. You also become more accepting of others because you recognize that everyone is on their own journey of self-discovery. Instead of trying to change people or impose your expectations on them, you appreciate them for who they are and support their growth in a way that is genuine and unconditional. Knowing yourself also helps you establish healthier boundaries. You realize that it's okay to say no when something doesn't feel right for you. You understand that setting boundaries isn't about pushing people away, but about protecting your own peace and well-being. This clarity prevents you from overcommitting or being taken advantage of, allowing you to maintain a balance between giving to others and taking care of yourself. It's a form of self-respect that acknowledges your own needs while still being compassionate and considerate towards others. Over time, as you continue this journey of self-discovery, you may find that your life becomes simpler but more meaningful. You start to strip away the unnecessary, focusing only on what truly adds value to your life. This doesn't mean that you live without ambition or stop striving for greatness. Rather, it means that your ambitions are fueled by purpose rather than pressure. You pursue your goals not out of a need to keep up with others, but out of a genuine desire to fulfill your potential and contribute to the world in a way that is authentic to you. Living with this kind of intentionality brings a sense of inner peace that isn't easily shaken by external events. While the world around you may be chaotic, you find stability within yourself. You know that you can't control everything, but you can control how you respond. This awareness helps you navigate life's inevitable uncertainties with grace and courage. You become more adaptable, open to change, and willing to embrace the unknown because you trust in your ability to find your way. In the end, the greatest advice, to know yourself, unlocks the door to a life of true freedom, meaning, and fulfillment. It's about cultivating a deep and honest relationship with yourself and allowing that relationship to guide you in all that you do. It's about realizing that the answers you seek don't lie in the world around you, but within you. As you continue to explore and understand the depths of your own being, you create a life that is not only rich with purpose, but also filled with the joy of living authentically. This journey is the greatest adventure you will ever undertake, and it is one that will continue to unfold as long as you remain open, curious, and true to yourself. This ongoing journey of self-discovery becomes the essence of life itself. It's not a destination that you finally reach, but rather a continuous unfolding of your potential and a deeper exploration of who you are. The more you learn about yourself, the more you realize that there is always more to discover. New experiences, relationships, and challenges constantly reveal different facets of your character and open up fresh perspectives. Embracing this process means accepting that change is inevitable and that as you grow, your sense of self will evolve. What mattered to you at one stage of life may shift or expand, and that is not a sign of inconsistency, but a testament to your ongoing growth. This acceptance of change allows you to be more adaptable and resilient. You understand that holding on too tightly to fixed identities or rigid plans can limit your ability to respond effectively to life's surprises. When you are open to change, you can approach each situation with a flexible mindset, finding creative solutions to problems and adjusting your path as needed. This doesn't mean that you lack direction or commitment, but that you are willing to modify your approach as circumstances evolve, always staying true to your core values even if the details of your journey change. The wisdom gained from knowing yourself also helps you to live with greater intention. When you understand what truly brings you joy, meaning, and fulfillment, you can prioritize those aspects of your life and let go of distractions that don't serve you. This focus on what matters most enables you to direct your energy more effectively, achieving a sense of flow where your actions feel purposeful and aligned with your inner self. It's a state where time seems to expand, and you are fully engaged in what you're doing, not because you have to be, but because you want to be. Living intentionally also means being mindful of how you impact others. As you become more aware of your own needs, emotions, and behaviors, you gain insight into the interconnectedness of life. You realize that your words and actions can influence those around you, and you start to approach your relationships with a greater sense of responsibility. You seek to be a positive force in the lives of others, not through grand gestures or self-sacrifice, but through genuine presence, kindness, and understanding. The more you know yourself, the better you can understand others, creating deeper bonds based on mutual respect and empathy. The process of self-discovery also cultivates a sense of humility. The more you learn, the more you recognize the vastness of what you don't know. This realization can be humbling, but it also brings a sense of freedom. When you accept that you don't have all the answers, you allow yourself to be curious and open to learning from every experience. You become less concerned with being right or appearing knowledgeable and more interested in growing and evolving. This humility enables you to approach life with a beginner's mind, where every day offers an opportunity to learn something new and expand your horizons. One of the most powerful outcomes of knowing yourself is the ability to live authentically without fear. Many people go through life wearing masks, hiding parts of themselves out of fear of judgment or rejection. But when you truly understand and accept who you are, you no longer feel the need to conform to others' expectations. You start to show up as your true self, with all your strengths and vulnerabilities. This authenticity not only brings a sense of relief, but also attracts people who appreciate you for who you are. It fosters relationships that are based on genuine connection rather than superficial appearances. Moreover, living authentically means allowing yourself to pursue passions and interests that resonate with your heart. It means being brave enough to follow paths that might be unconventional or challenging, simply because they feel right for you. When you pursue what you love, you bring your full self into whatever you do, and that energy is contagious. It inspires others and creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. The courage to live authentically isn't about being fearless. It's about acknowledging your fears and moving forward despite them, driven by a commitment to living a life that feels true. This commitment to authenticity also means embracing your imperfections. In a world that often celebrates perfection and achievement, it can be difficult to accept your flaws and limitations. But knowing yourself teaches you that your worth is not contingent on being perfect. It's about being real, owning your story, and finding strength in your struggles. When you accept yourself fully, including your imperfections, you stop seeking approval from others because you understand that you are enough just as you are. This self-acceptance allows you to experience life with a greater sense of joy and freedom, as you no longer feel pressured to meet unrealistic standards. As you deepen your relationship with yourself, you also develop a stronger sense of purpose. This purpose doesn't necessarily have to be a grand or world-changing mission. It can be as simple as living with integrity and making a positive impact in the ways that matter to you. When you live with purpose, your actions take on a deeper meaning and you find fulfillment in the everyday moments that align with your values. Purpose is what gives life direction, even when circumstances are uncertain. It's what motivates you to keep going when the road is difficult and brings a sense of coherence to your life story. Ultimately, the greatest advice to know yourself is about embracing the lifelong quest of becoming. It's about continuously exploring, questioning, and discovering who you are, and using that knowledge to live a life that is true, intentional, and fulfilling. It is about understanding that while you may never reach a point where you have all the answers, the pursuit of self-awareness itself is where the magic happens. It's in the growth, the learning, and the experiences that shape you, where you find the richness of life. Knowing yourself doesn't mean having all aspects of your identity neatly defined. Rather, it's about being willing to dive into the depths of your being and embrace whatever you find there. It's about letting go of the need for certainty and allowing yourself to be shaped by the journey. When you live with this mindset, you don't just pass through life. You actively participate in the creation of your story. You become not just a character in a narrative, but the author, constantly rewriting and refining the script as you go. In the end, to know yourself is to embrace the adventure of life with open arms. It's about dancing with the uncertainties, finding beauty in the imperfect, and celebrating the journey itself. It's about discovering that the greatest freedom comes from being true to who you are, and that the most meaningful life is one lived authentically, with passion, courage, and love. Living authentically with passion, courage, and love transforms not only your experience of life, but also the impact you have on the world around you. When you show up as your true self, you give others permission to do the same. Your authenticity becomes an invitation for others to embrace their own journey of self-discovery and live more fully. The energy you bring, rooted in a deep understanding of who you are, creates a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate circle. It inspires those around you to reflect on their own lives, to question the masks they wear, and to seek out their own truths. The beauty of this path is that it does not require you to have everything figured out. There is no definitive point at which you arrive and say, "I am complete." Instead, it is a continuous unfolding where each moment provides an opportunity to deepen your understanding and expand your awareness. There will be times when you feel lost or uncertain, but even these moments are valuable. They are reminders that you are evolving, that your capacity for growth has not reached its limit. The times when you struggle are often the times when you learn the most about yourself, uncovering strengths you didn't know you had, or discovering aspects of your character that have been lying dormant. Self-discovery is not always comfortable. It requires you to confront the parts of yourself that you might prefer to ignore, the fears, insecurities, and regrets that you have buried deep within. But it is in facing these shadows that you find the greatest potential for transformation. When you allow yourself to explore the darker sides of your nature without judgment, you start to understand that these aspects are not weaknesses but simply parts of the whole. They add depth to your character and give you a more nuanced understanding of who you are. This acceptance of your entire being, including the parts that are not always pretty, is a powerful act of self-compassion. As you navigate this complex inner world, you come to appreciate the balance between embracing change and honoring your true essence. While you continue to evolve, certain core qualities remain constant. These are the values that resonate with you on a fundamental level, the guiding principles that shape your choices and define your path. Understanding these core values helps you stay grounded during times of change. They act as a compass, directing you back to your true self whenever you start to feel lost. When you are connected to these values, it becomes easier to make decisions that are aligned with who you are, even if those choices are difficult. Living with this kind of clarity transforms how you interact with the world. You no longer feel the need to react to every circumstance that arises, because you are anchored in a deeper understanding of what truly matters to you. This inner peace allows you to approach situations with a calm and centered mindset, rather than being pulled in different directions by external events. You can engage with life proactively, setting intentions and pursuing goals that reflect your deepest aspirations, rather than merely reacting to the demands and expectations of others. In relationships, this clarity allows you to love more freely. When you know and accept yourself, you are less likely to seek validation from others or place unrealistic expectations on them. Instead, you can offer love from a place of abundance without strings attached. You appreciate others for who they are, rather than who you want them to be. This kind of love is unconditional because it is not based on how well someone meets your needs, but on your recognition of their inherent worth. It is a love that liberates both you and the people you care about, allowing everyone involved to grow and thrive. Furthermore, knowing yourself fosters a sense of gratitude that permeates every aspect of your life. You start to see each day as a gift, filled with opportunities to learn, grow, and connect. You appreciate not only the big, life-changing events, but also the small, everyday moments that might otherwise be taken for granted. This gratitude isn't about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is always perfect. Rather, it's about finding meaning in the experience itself, recognizing that even the challenges contribute to the richness of your journey. Gratitude also shifts your focus from what you lack to what you have. It reminds you to celebrate your achievements, no matter how small, and to acknowledge the progress you've made. When you are grateful, you become more present in your life, savoring the moments that bring you joy and learning from those that bring you pain. It's a mindset that transforms your approach to life, making it not about the pursuit of more, but about the appreciation of enough. This contentment doesn't mean you stop striving for improvement. It simply means that you do so from a place of fulfillment rather than deficiency. Ultimately, the path of self-knowledge and authenticity leads you to a place of profound inner freedom. It's the freedom to live according to your own values and not the dictates of society. It's the freedom to pursue dreams that may seem unconventional to others, but feel deeply right to you. It's the freedom to let go of the past, to forgive yourself for your mistakes, and to embrace the future with hope. When you live this way, you experience life as a continuous process of becoming, a dynamic state where you are always growing, learning, and evolving. This freedom also brings with it a sense of responsibility. When you know yourself and understand your impact on the world, you become more conscious of how you choose to live. You recognize that your actions have consequences, not just for yourself, but for others as well. This awareness motivates you to live with integrity, to contribute positively to the lives of those around you, and to make choices that are in alignment with the kind of world you wish to create. It's a responsibility that isn't burdensome, but empowering, because it's driven by a genuine desire to make a meaningful difference. The journey of knowing yourself is, at its heart, a journey of love. It's about cultivating a love for yourself that is not conditional on your achievements or status, but is rooted in a deep appreciation for your unique being. This self-love then extends outward, allowing you to approach the world with an open heart and a compassionate spirit. It transforms how you see others, how you engage with challenges, and how you find meaning in the unfolding story of your life. In embracing this path, you realize that the greatest advice, to know yourself, is not just a destination, but an invitation. An invitation to live deeply, to love boldly, and to create a life that reflects the truest version of who you are. It's an invitation to be fully present in each moment, to embrace the uncertainty, and to dance with life's mysteries. It's about finding joy in the process, meaning in the journey, and peace in the ever-changing flow of existence. Knowing yourself is not an end, but a beginning, an ongoing commitment to live authentically, love fiercely, and evolve continually in the beautiful, unpredictable dance of life.